All right, this is section 4.8, and in 4.8 we're going to talk about multiplying complex binomials. Before we did monomial times a monomial, and then we did a monomial times a binomial, and now we're going to do our two binomials. So if there's a binomial times a binomial, you're going to use the FOIL method and simplify. One important thing, remember the whole entire time, if you have an I squared, that's going to be equal to -1. So anytime we have I squared, we got to cross it out, change the symbol in front. That has not changed. Now, one thing that I want to remind you here, this is just a quick example that I've got put up here, is how to FOIL. You can distribute, you can use the box method, you can use rainbows, whatever you've been taught over the past. It does not matter to me which method you use, whatever is most comfortable for you. I'm going to show you FOIL. So if we go first times first, that's x squared. If we go the two outside terms, x times 3 is 3x. If I go the inside terms, that's 2 times x, that's 2x. And if I go the last terms, 2 times 3, that is 6. Then I'm going to combine my like terms, like so, and I have now FOILed. Okay? Distributive property, very similar. Box method, rainbows, those are all the same kind of method. Okay, so now when we go through and we look at doing this with imaginary numbers or complex numbers, it's the exact same process, guys. It is not anything different. So I'm going to use FOIL method here. 4 times -1 is -4. 4 times -2i is -8i. Then I'm going to take 3i times -1, that's -3i. And then 3i times -2i is -6i squared, because there's 2 i's there. Okay, so next in my step, I'm going to combine my like terms. So -4, -8, and -3i are like terms. That's -11i's total. And then now what I'm going to do is change my I squared. Because remember, we cross out the I squared, we change the symbol in front. So this is really -4 minus 11i and plus 6. And now I'm going to combine these like terms. -4 and +6 is +2. And then minus 11i tags along. Can I combine these two and make that -9? No, because this term has an I, this term does not. So that's my final answer, 2 minus 11i. Okay, so that's your first example there. Let's take a look at the next example that we're going to show you. Again, using FOIL method here, or actually, you know what, let's do this one. We're going to do this one with the box method. So when I do the box method, again, -6 comes here, I comes here. That's in the first parentheses. Then -6 comes here, and -i comes here from the second parentheses. Okay, so now we're going to multiply -6 times, we're going to multiply just like you would a multiplication chart here. -6 times -6 goes here, -6 times I goes here, -i times -6 goes here, and -i times I would go here. Okay, so -6 times -6 is positive 36. -6 times I is -6i. And then -6 times -i is positive 6i. And -i times positive I is -i squared. Okay, so now I'm going to write out my terms. I've got 36 minus 6i plus 6i and minus 1i squared. Okay, so now I'm going to combine my like terms. Those two make 0, so this is 36 minus 1 I squared. Okay, so those i's go away. And again, I squared, cross it out, change the symbol. And now it's 36 plus 1. There's no I squared there anymore. 36 and 1 becomes 37. So this is an example of a problem with no imaginary numbers in the answer. Okay, last problem that I want to look at here is problem number 6 in your notes. And it's a little bit different than the previous problems. But you'll notice it says here 4 minus 2i quantity squared. Well, if you remember, x squared, if I write that as a multiplication, that's x times x. Okay? So if I have 4 minus 2i squared, I can write that as 4 minus 2i, whoops, times 4 minus 2i. And now I can use FOIL, distribute, box method, or rainbows. So let's go first times first. Same thing we just did. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times negative 2i is negative 8i. Negative 2i times 4 is negative 8i. And negative 2i times negative 2i is positive 4i squared. Combine my like terms. That's my next step. So 16 minus 16i. Negative 8 and negative 8 is negative 16. And then I have plus 4i squared. Cross out the I squared. Change the 4 to a negative. So I've got negative 4 and I've got positive 16 as my like terms now. Okay, so 16 and negative 4, that's 12 minus 16i. Again, are these guys right here are not like terms, so they cannot be combined together, and my final answer is 12 minus 16i. Okay, now you should be able to complete the problems below. There's only one page of problems in this lesson, and they're all on page 2. There's 6 of them. You should be able to complete those.